Buddha attained enlightenment in Bodhgaya at the age of 35 years. But what does the enlightenment of Buddha mean? And what did he experience during that full moon night while he attained the supreme truth? The Buddhist scriptures give a detailed account of what happened on that night of Vesak month. It was 6 years since Prince Siddhartha had renounced the world in search of supreme truth. He became an ascetic and undertook severe self-mortification, but later understood from his experiences that any amount of mortifications cannot lead to enlightenment. He was staying in the Dungeshwari hills in Uruvela. After realizing the futility of self-mortification, he crossed the river Niranjana in present-day Bodhgaya and started approaching the Bodhi tree. Near the tree, he saw Swastika, the reaper, who was cutting the grass. Siddhartha asked the reaper for some grass, and Swastika gave him 8 handfuls of the fresh-cut grass. He spread the grass below the Bodhi tree and made a cushion for himself. He sat down, cross-legged, with his head and shoulders upright, facing east. He determined to sit in meditation until he gets the answer to all the sufferings of mankind, and decided that he will not get up and move from this seat until he attains the supreme truth, even if his skin dries up or his hands wither and his bones turn into dust. With the determination of Siddhartha, Mara, the evil one, got frightened. He was following Siddhartha for several years and was trying his best to convince him to return to the material world and leave his quest for enlightenment. As Siddhartha was getting closer to success, Mara launched a fierce attack on him with his army of demons, elephants, horses, and other animals. Siddhartha was unharmed by any of these attacks. Mara tried to frighten him with heavy rain and winds that uprooted trees and flooded the rivers. But Siddhartha was unaffected by all these attacks. Finally, he sent his beautiful daughters to tempt Buddha, but even they were not able to break the resolve of Siddhartha. Mara retreated in defeat. Now it was night, and Siddhartha had entered the state of Samadhi, which is the state of very deep and focused meditation. He discovered Vipassana meditation and started attaining different types of knowledge. He gained knowledge of all his past births. First he saw his last life, then 10 lives, 20 lives, and finally his existence through different world cycles. This was the first knowledge that he gained during the first watch of night. He concentrated his mind on the understanding of disappearing and reappearing living beings. He perceived beings disappearing from one state of existence and reappearing in another state of existence. He saw that the beings that had good karma were born in happy states after death, while the evil beings were born in sad states because of their bad karma. He gained the knowledge of karma in the middle watch of night, which was the second knowledge. Now Buddha saw the 4 noble truths. He saw there is existence of sorrow, which is the first noble truth. The second noble truth is there is the cause of suffering. And the third is there is the end of suffering. The fourth noble truth is the Eightfold Path that leads to the end of suffering. In his deep meditation, Buddha discovered the dependent arising. Dependent arising means that everything is in existence because other things are in existence. All things arise in dependence upon the other things. What is the cause of old age and death? Old age and death is because of birth. But what causes birth? Birth is caused by existence. Existence is caused by attachments. But what causes attachments? Attachments are caused by desires. Desires are caused by sensations. But what causes sensations? The sensation is caused by contact, and contact is caused by 5 senses. What causes these 5 senses? The 5 senses are caused by name and form. Name and form are caused by perception, and perception is caused by impression. What causes impression? The impression is caused by ignorance. Therefore, ignorance is the root cause of birth, old age, and death. If we suppress ignorance, the impression is suppressed, which in turn suppresses perception, and so on till birth is suppressed, and suppression of birth suppresses old age and death. He realized the illusion of I or the ego. Ignorance can be suppressed by the Eightfold Path. As the morning sun rose on the horizon, he was no more ascetic Siddhartha. Now he was fully awakened Buddha, the Samyak Sambuddha. It was as if he had finally awoken from a long sleep. After attaining enlightenment, the first words that Buddha said were, "I have taken several births and was in vain searching for the creator of the house. But finally, through enlightenment, I have seen the builder of the house. The enlightenment has broken the rafters and walls of the house, and this house cannot be rebuilt again for me. For me, there are no more desires and no more of birth. I have attained nirvana." The process of enlightenment cannot be explained. It can only be experienced. But Buddha taught humankind the path which can lead to the supreme enlightenment, and that is the path of Dhamma.